Hey y'all, Ms. B. Have a new little setup situation going on. But anyway, I'm here to recap this week's episode of Salt Lake City. Episode 8, Loose Lips Sink Friendships. This is day 2 on the mega yacht. So the episode opens up with Bronwyn sleeping on the deck. I want to say every time I go on a vacation where there's ocean, I like to either have the door open or it's really relaxing to sleep outside. But anyway, Bronwyn is sleeping on the deck. The crew is up cleaning the windows, trying to get everything started for the day. And she lets us know that the reason she's sleeping outside wasn't because of, like I just said, it was relaxing, was because her and Brittany didn't get along from the previous night's dinner, and she didn't want to sleep they didn't want to stay in the same room with each other, essentially. So then we get a scene with Heather and Whitney. Both of them look hungover from the night before, and they revisit the night before, and they show the footage of the night before when Heather was going back and forth with Lisa about her being the source of all the information being leaked about their business. And they show, eventually Heather sits down on that little thing on the back of I don't know what that is called, but it looks scary as heck, being in it at night and y'all drunk. But anyway, they were sitting down there talking about it, and Heather was like, girl, we know it's you. She was like, Lisa, anytime I want information on somebody, I come to you. You know everything. And Lisa's still crying. I don't know why everybody's doing this to me. Just playing victim, whatever. But Lisa never takes accountability, but kind of insinuates, I don't know why people tell me everything. So you do know everything, Lisa. This is why I don't like her, and I don't understand why people don't see straight through Lisa Barlow. So then after that, they go to Lisa in Meredith's room. Meredith looks like she's still trying to get some sleep. Lisa's scrolling on her phone. I don't understand. Still talking about, I don't understand why people think I'm the source, why people think I'm the one who's leaking this information about Bronwyn or anybody else. And then she says, to Meredith, I think you need to stick up for me more. And Meredith's like, look, girl, I'll be trying to stick up for you if I feel like I need to. Other than that, you're a grown woman. That's what I got from what Meredith's trying to say. Anyway, Lisa just still rambling on. Meredith turns over, flips the cover over, whatever. They move on from that scene. Then after that, you see all the ladies get up and they all come out to like outside of the boat, like the high deck, the mid deck, whatever. First, you see all the ladies congregate. I wrote it down. It was, all the ladies congregate like outside. It was Angie, Whitney, Brittany, Heather, and Bronwyn. And they all come out kind of talking about, Angie's feeling better. She got these little bracelets on her arm. I don't know what those nausea bracelets, what they do. They have like some type of medicine in them. Anyway, she feels better. And they all just talking, kiki. And then instantly, when Lisa comes out where everybody else is located, everybody instantly stops talking. Have you ever walked into a room and you knew somebody was either talking about you or didn't want to be around you, and they either kind of like make up excuses to get away from you? That's what everybody did to Lisa soon as she came out, because she came out like, oh, Angie, back from the dead, because Angie was sick, throwing up the day before. All of them left except Dingy Brittany, of course. She sits there and she talks to Lisa. Are you still getting into it with Heather or whatever? And then Lisa starts going on her same old rant. I don't know why did they come to source, so they get to talking. While they're talking, all the ladies go back into the boat. Bronwyn goes back up to the top boat where she was sleeping, trying to read a book in peace. And she can hear Lisa and Dingy Brittany's conversation talking about her loud. Like they're not on a vessel in a body of water where things echo, where you can literally hear. There's not like they're not in like a palace or a castle where there's like big steel walls. You're literally in open areas everywhere. You're in a body of water on a vessel. So, like, sound echoes. Like, that was crazy how they were talking that loud. Like, that girl wouldn't hear them. They let it, like, I love Bronwyn. So, after that, you can hear the Lisa and Brittany talking. Angie and Mary comes, tries to meet talk, catch up with Bronwyn. She was like, hey y'all, yeah, and they was asking like, you slept out here? She's like, yeah, but I don't want to be right here right now. And they was like, why? What's up? She was like, because I can literally hear Lisa and Brittany talking about me below. And they was Lisa was bringing up stuff from last season about the grandparents, her daughter, husband, all the stuff that she knows a trigger for Bronwyn with Brittany. So then after that, they go down and all the ladies kind of start gathering for breakfast. So Mary, Angie, and Bronwyn go down to like the area to sit down and eat breakfast. And eventually all the ladies congregate to eat breakfast. And instantly, Bronwyn and Brittany start going back and forth about the night before. Then Captain Jason, they start going back and forth about Captain Jason, and Meredith chimes in. I want to say it's so many little arguments on this episode. This is a great episode, but it was so many little arguments. I can't like gather them all. So I'm going to only talk about the ones that were really important, or the ones I can remember, the ones that essentially like made a valid point, because they were all drinking a lot. They were on vacation. They're filming a reality show, 2 reality shows, because they also filming Below Deck. So there's a lot going on, and a lot of like little bitty little fires, little conversations everywhere, little arguments and stuff. But I'm only gonna focus on the main one. So anyway, eventually all the ladies get to sit down and eat breakfast, and basically Meredith and Brittany go back and forth about the night before. For some reason, Brittany is a trigger for Meredith. Meredith absolutely loses her shit every time Brittany even breathes or says a word, even if it ain't got nothing to do with Meredith. We're gonna get there later. So then Bronwyn brings up, I heard y'all talking about me to Lisa down there, and Bronwyn checks the hell out of Lisa Barlow. This is why I like Bronwyn. I see that Virgo energy all over her. This is why I like her. She always stands up for herself. She don't need nobody to check Lisa for her. She was like, I want you to keep my kid name out your mouth, keep my man name out your mouth, and keep my name out your mouth. I'm tired of you talking about my kid. I'm tired of talking about my family. Basically, you dead to me. So Angie lets us know that Lisa is not only leaking stuff to the press about Bronwyn, she's whispering behind the Bronwyn's back with the other ladies. She was like the month before when Lisa had the stupid dismiss party. After that, they went to go hang out, and Lisa put her hair around her mouth and was like, oh, one of my homegirls told me in New York that Todd, Bronwyn's husband, was trying to flirt with her, and the whole time he was farting. Why she say that? Fart. Remember how Mary feels about farting. Oh my God. Mary goes, oh my God, he was farting. It becomes a whole fart thing with me. Hospital smells and farting sends Mary into a tizzy. And Bronwyn just over it. Like, why are you like constantly talking about my family? Like, I cannot stand Lisa. I don't understand how they friends with that girl. And also, Angie breaks it down to us, and production rolls the footage of everything that Angie was talking about. So she's essentially telling the truth. But Bronwyn doesn't care about what Lisa's trying to say about her husband. She just wants her to keep her name out her mouth and stop leaking stuff and talking about her. Like, I mean, is that hard, Lisa? Get on my nerves, Barlow. And basically, in the confessionals, Lisa admits to this story being true as well. So Angie's not lying, and Lisa spreading rumors about Bronwyn's husband. So after that, Heather was like, y'all, we need to get ready. We're going to go on this, Tobago Keys, I think they called it. So they all get ready. They go on this to get on this speedboat to go to. It's like a private island. It looks so beautiful. This location there is so beautiful. It makes me want to go vacation so bad. But with the government shut down right now, child, I ain't flying nowhere. That's a whole nother story. Anyway, so they all get on the speedboat. They get to this little island. It's so beautiful. I mean, it's not tropical. It's more. It's the Caribbean, but it looks like it looks like a screensaver that pops up on your TV when your TV falls asleep or when your computer falls asleep. It's just like the scenery is beautiful. Chef's kiss. So they all get off the boat. The crew is setting everything up. And I guess this is a thing on a mega yacht. I have never been on a mega yacht. I've never been to Billionaire Island. That's nowhere near my tax bracket. But like the crew was setting everything up for them, like massages, their drinks, everything. And the ladies go snorkeling. It's so pretty. The scenery of how they showing them swimming together. And you can see the turtles and the stingrays. Oh my God. I would have loved to be on this vacation without them, because they would have ruined it with all the screaming and yelling. So on shore, Mary, of course, is not getting in the ocean. Mary not gonna get wet or nothing. And Lisa's not in the ocean either. So they're sitting on the shore, and Lisa starts telling complaining to Mary about Meredith and how she doesn't feel like Meredith is supporting her as a friend. And Mary was asking her, like, why do you feel like that? While she's explaining it to her, Meredith walks up. So Lisa's like, Meredith, where are you? Can you come around? I was just telling, Mary, how I feel, it's being supported. And so Meredith kind of blows her off like, girl, what are you talking about? Like, we already had this conversation earlier. Are you still talking about this same conversation? So then Mary chimes in, kind of taking up for Lisa. And in her confessionals, Mary's like, oh my God, I'm taking up for Lisa Barlow. Who would ever thought? And she was like, she don't feel like you supported. And Meredith's like, I will support you if I feel like you need to be supported. But she's like, sometimes she just wants you to like tap in. But girl, if you're wrong, she's not going to tap in. She feels like you're wrong, Lisa. So she's not going to say anything. She's been quiet. So then eventually Meredith and Mary go back and forth. And Mary tells Meredith, go read a book. Jump in the ocean. You're boring. You're a snooze fest. Like she said... everything, walk away. She named everything. And this is the only, I noticed who's in charge of the girls. It's not Lisa Barlow. Mary Cosby is. Meredith did not say a mumbling word. She did not say a word, a stutter or cry. Didn't say anything. She just mumbled under her breath in that slurred voice she always does and walked away. Mary Cosby is in charge of the girls. She's the queen bee of this show. It's not, y'all make it all about Lisa get on my nerves, Barlow, but it's not her. It is Mary Cosby. Because you see, Meredith walked away. Meredith usually don't walk away from nobody, especially not Brittany, child. So anyway, the ladies get back to the shore. They all having a good time. And for some reason, Heather was like, I can't believe I'm having a good time with Braun. I don't understand why nobody likes Braun. I've always liked Braun since last season. So then they start playing this game called necking. The guy, the deckhand guy, has a really strong accent. So he's like, oh, necking, you going to neck. And Braun was like, that sounds like something I got kicked out of BYU for, like, necking. And, they all made a joke like, this is something Brittany probably be familiar with. Because the whole time, Brittany's, like, thirsting over Captain Jason. I don't understand what they see so much of Captain Jason. I mean, he cute or whatever. Nothing to write home about. Nothing I'll be fawning over for. They thirsty. Especially Brittany. Anyway, they play the game, and then they eventually get back to the yacht. They get back to the yacht. You can all tell they've been drinking a lot. Because when they was before they got back to the yacht, when they was still on the shore, they was getting massages, drinking spicy margaritas, having a good time. Like, that was a good layout. That was a good setup. Like, I wish I could do something like that. So anyway, they get back, and they all tipsy and stuff. So Braun lets Angie and Mary know, hey, I got these costumes. Braun came prepared. Braun is gonna, one thing Braun is gonna do is give you a costume. She gives you a costume when it's not even a costume party. So this was right up her alley. So she got some stuff shipped in from the UK overnight. So she asked Angie, did she want to put on these costumes? So they put on the costumes. Angie, first of all, it's cute and funny. Angie drunk and tipsy. She don't know where to put her head at through the hand part. Braun helps her put it on, zip it up. They trying to get out the door, and Angie slams her hand. Like, one of them automatic doors, and, like, injures her hand. Mind you, Angie has been sick as a dog the whole time they've been there throwing up. She's just not able to come up for air. Now the lady done injured her hand coming out the door. I'm like, dang. Even when they come down there to look for the captain and the ship lady help them, Bro was like, is you like this at home, girl? Like, who helped you at home? You was so clumsy. It's just all over the place. And Angie was like, I don't know. Sometimes, maybe, child. I don't know. So after that, they're getting ready for the zombie party. And again, like I said, Braun has like the little squid thing, like look real, like you would find like deep down in a sunken ship of treasure somewhere. And everybody's like getting all on theme, putting like the fake blood, like they really going all out for the zombie party. And then they pivot to Meredith in Lisa's room, and Lisa about to pull out this little tropical dress, and Meredith was like, girl, this ain't even on theme. Like, go with the theme, Lisa. Oh, she gets on my nerves. So anyway, all the ladies individually march out like a zombie, reenacting to get to the table. Well, it's time for Mary to come out, and then the production shows like a screen, like if it was a movie or something. Zombie in the windows or something they said. I can't remember. And all the doors open for all the ladies. When it's time for Mary, she was like, why the door open? Production, I tell her, Mary, you got to wave your hand in front of the censor. Mary's funny. So then eventually they all sit down. They start talking and eating. They're eating, oh my God, it looked like it was lentils with caviar. It was Meredith's caviar, if anybody didn't catch that. The food looks amazing. The setup is amazing. The crew did a very good job. So all of a sudden, Heather was just talking and tipsy. She's like, the boat is just rocking. So out of nowhere, nobody. Dingy Brittany gets up and go dry heaves. Did y'all notice that she didn't throw up? She dry, so extra. Did she do that for attention? To me, it's like she was doing that to get for attention because nothing came out of her mouth, and she still had her drink in her hand. And then she gets back to the table, and while she's sitting down, they're passing. The crew is bringing around shots of tequila. She takes a sip, but she looks around to see if anybody watch her. Meredith saw her and calls it out. Again, I don't know why, but something about Brittany triggers the entire hell out of Meredith. She was like, I don't understand. This is Meredith. I don't understand. You just got to throwing up on the side of the boat. What would you be drinking? And Brittany was like, and she stands, Brittany may be dingy, but she stands up to Meredith's ass. She said, I don't like, basically, why you care? And she's like, I don't know, why I care. I'm just asking. So Brittany and Meredith go back and forth. Like I'm telling you, it's so on this episode. It's a good episode, but so many little fights, so many little things that goes on. So they go back and forth, and then Brittany says, "Well, you know what? Something I was thinking about, or something that's bothering me. I think that's the wording she used. Something I saw on TikTok. I'm like, girl, not something that worried you that you saw on TikTok. Like that's the Bible. Like TikTok is the end all be all. But it was something about Seth. Everybody knows that you don't talk about Meredith's family. Don't talk about the husband's rumors or anything about Meredith's family. That sends her to a tizzy. And if she always don't like you either, Dingy Brittany, oh my God, it's double time. Dingy Brittany lets us know, and they show a footage that she saw a TikToker say that her friend was an Uber driver and saw Seth in Ohio picking up him and his mistress. Meredith gets upset, flings, like she had a fake like hatchet in her head, because you remember they're supposed to be zombies, like half dead and blood and hatchets and knives and stuff. Had a fake hatchet. She like flung the hatchet thing at Brittany. Now this is the second time I done seen Meredith throw something at this woman. Meredith, is this the episode? Or next week's episode is when when the rumors start circulating that you allegedly got fired, or something happened to you on one of something happened with you on one of the cash trips, and you had a situation when you had a talking to or something. It was something like that I remember hearing when they was filming this season about Meredith losing her shit on Brittany, or losing her shit in general, but what now we see is Brittany from next week's episode, I'm guessing. But anyway, so they get to going back and forth again, a lot of arguing, lots of screaming, and the Captain Jason comes out and sits by Heather. So I'm like, Heather wasn't lying about last week's episode. Like, I guess they hooked up, they cool or whatever, they go together. Or that's a little boo thing on the side, I guess. And eventually he can't take all the screaming, yelling. He gets up and leaves. And that's honestly how the episode ends. A lot of screaming and yelling, and Dingy, Brittany, Meredith, Lisa, Bronwyn, everybody just arguing and screaming at the top of their lungs about the same things over and over again. And they're drunk. And their food looks good. Oh my God, like they had lamb, rack of lamb. They had everything. And then at the end of the episode, they had made this really nice the ice cream cake for them. And Heather was like drunk as hell, enjoying it. Like, zombie cake, good. But anyway, what y'all think about the episode? The episode is really good, but it's just so much arguing and screaming. It's hard to encapsulate all of the little nuanced things because they're repetitively arguing about the same things over and over and over again. So also, y'all, like I said, did y'all see the preview for next week's episode? Is this the infamous whatever they was talking about, the scuttlebutt we was hearing about Meredith on a cash trip, and they said she got fired or something happened with her when she loses her shit? Seems like it, because all of them go sit down and talk about the flight back home, including Meredith and Mary. And you see who's Meredith sitting with? Mary. Mary's in charge of the girls. Who's in charge of the girls? Mary. I also missed Bronwyn on Watch What Happens Live. She was on there with Sarah Paulson. But what did y'all think about the episode? Very cute episode. I really liked it. I really liked Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City, again, is dear to my heart. It's the first time I started YouTube last year. Was recapping Salt Lake City. So like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all thought about the episode. And what did y'all think about everything with Lisa Barlow, Baldwin. I really, really like Baldwin. MVP again to me this season. But all the things. And why are they making this whole season about freaking Lisa? Lisa is what they say she is. She's spreading rumors and digging up dirt on her friends. But you know what? I think I saw this. Monica Garcia, what's her name? The girl that infiltrated her system, that snitched on Jen Shaw, that was on there at the time. When Heather had the infamous lies, receipts, she does like a recap with Carlos King. And I think she said, or somebody said, I read somewhere, how what they accused her for, and she essentially lost her job for and got kicked off the cash trip for, is exactly what they're saying Lisa Barlow is doing. And all Heather's asking Lisa is just to admit it. But with Monica, they like went all out, blew a whole gasket, and sent her back on her way when they were in Bermuda. So what's the difference between what Monica doing and what Lisa's doing? Honestly, I feel like it should be worse because Lisa's pretending to be friends with these women and spreading all their tea and digging up dirt on them. Doesn't make sense. And they didn't really know Monica like that. And they didn't want to either. So anyway, y'all, again, like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what y'all thought of the episode.